Okay, so I'm just waiting for this to... Sometimes I start my live stream and it cuts the beginning off, it chops the beginning off, so I'm just need to give it a minute. So this is about the dangers of wax melt heaters that melt your wax down. Now, it begins really with something that happened to me on the 27th of December. I had this dream about this phone call. Now, I had this dream about this phone call from someone called Alexandria, I'm not sure, but Alexandra, or Alec, I don't know the name, but sorry, I'm picking stuff out of my keyboard at the moment. So in the dream, I got this call. There was somebody there, and it was very vague. There was somebody there, said there was a phone call for you, and I was going over to the phone to answer this phone call, and it was obviously something bad, but I didn't know what. But then I don't remember the rest of the dream because I woke up. Now, it kind of bothered me for a couple of days. My youngest daughter was staying with me at the time, and so I was a bit distracted, and I told her about the dream and that, and didn't think much more of it. And then she went back home because this was Christmas period, obviously. So she went home, and on the 29th, I think it was the 29th, I contacted my eldest daughter, and she told me, I told her about the dream, and she said, well, she'd just got a wax melt thing to melt the wax down to make candles, and they had a power meter on it. Now, because of the power energy crisis in the UK, a few people have been buying these watt meters to find out what appliances use how much power and everything. But generally speaking, I don't need such a thing because I know what they are, because it's usually stamped on the back of them anyway. Usually tells you what the watts are. But my daughter had just got this wax melt for Christmas, and she got it from Cincinnati, from the United States. And immediately upon connecting it up and switching it on, her boyfriend was there with her. He's normally playing video games, but he was with her at the time they were doing this. Obviously, they were working together to test this new wax melt element. I'll put a screenshot of the actual unit on the thumbnail of this video. This video, because I'm doing a live stream actually, but I'm doing it unlisted for now. So she told me that it was, as soon as they switched it on, it went into overload on the meter. The watt meter said overload. It was drawing too much power, too much current. Now, this is what's important. People have died because of fires in their homes because of electrical appliances that are not compatible with the UK. The device was overloading because it was designed for the United States of America, which was 110 volts or 120 volts. They have a different variable voltage supply in the US. It's around 120 volts usually, or 130. It varies slightly, but depends on which region you're in. But obviously this device that my daughter had bought was meant for America. It was designed to run on 120 volts, which is average voltage. In the UK, our voltages are 240 volts AC. Now, this was double the voltage, more than double the voltage of what this device was meant for. So it was causing an overload. Now, people have died as a result of plugging these devices in willy-nilly without checking to make sure what the device is rated for. You have to remember something important. When you plug in a device, an electrical device that is rated for half the voltage, and you put twice the voltage in, you are consuming more than double the current. The current overload can cause the safety aspects of the device, such as the temperature cutout, for example, the thermistor. They have a little element in which measures how hot they get, and it turns them off and they regulate the temperature. If that's overloaded, it can cause that thing to weld itself to the contacts, and it can stay on all the time because it gets so hot. The temperature element part that's regulating the temperature will malfunction, and the thing will just overheat and burst into flames, especially if you've got wax in there. Anyway, a young mother and a child have recently, but her flat, this other woman, not my daughter, another woman, her flat has been burnt out. It's been caught fire. The whole flat was destroyed by this fire, which caused by one of these wax melt devices. I'll put the thumbnail into the video so you can have a look. But it's happening to other people as well. So don't buy, if you're in the UK, do not buy a wax melt device heater that was designed for the United States, because they're using a lower voltage than what we are. Now, if it was the other way around, if America had bought a wax melt heater from us that was designed for 240 volts or 235 volts, if they'd bought that from us and used it in the US, nothing serious would happen. It wouldn't get hot enough, basically. It wouldn't get up to temperature. It would be lethargic. It wouldn't produce the heat that it was desired. But it's when it's the other way around, when it's from America to us, when you buy an American device and use it in the UK, that's when we have a problem, because it will get twice the current, twice the voltage, and it will burst into flames, possibly, unless you have a fuse in it. Now, the problem with the American devices is they often come with a 2-pin prong plug, and usually they're not fused. Usually, I haven't seen one of those 2-prong plugs with a fuse in it yet myself. I have got some lying around here somewhere, but usually they're just give me a sec. I think I've got one over here somewhere to show you what I mean. If I can find it. Right. So if you buy a device that has two prongs like this is American style plug. It's got an adapter on it as well, but there is no fuse in here. There is no fuse built into this. So if you have one of these, it's designed for America. The UK ones usually come with a 3-pin plug, which you know about. So don't just assume that you're safe to plug one of these directly into an adapter, because the adapter might not have a fuse in it. And if it overloads, it doesn't make any difference. It should have a fuse in there that's between 5 amps and 10 amps. But you shouldn't be any higher than that. If it's 13 amp, you're asking for trouble, because it'll most certainly catch fire, because usually these things are rated the fuse needs to blow if there's an overload, and if it doesn't blow, then yeah, you're going to have a problem. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that to attention. I'll put the I'll put a thumbnail up on the screen for that lady's flat, where unfortunately she had a fire, and it's very sad that she lost everything, really. But the other part of the story really is the fact that I had this dream, and it was obviously a warning, because my daughter was very lucky that she had Alex with her, and they also had a watt meter on it, and it said overload, so they were able to switch it off within 5 seconds, they said. So they were able to switch it off within 5 seconds before it even got hot. So that's a good thing, because if not, things could have been, yeah, could have been serious, because these things, once they start to get hot, and there's wax in there, it would probably have caught fire. Well, obviously this other ladies did burn her flat down, so they are not safe to use in the UK. If you buy one of these devices off Amazon or someone else or another online seller, you need to return it and explain. Check the manual, read the manual, check to make sure what voltage it's rated for. If it says it's rated for 110, 120 volts or even 130 volts, it's not suitable for the UK. It has to be rated for the UK, and if not, you need to return it and explain that this is not rated for your local supply. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope it saves someone having a really bad day. Thanks for watching.